In 2025, some countries have effectively closed their doors to American tourists due to visa restrictions, diplomatic tensions, safety concerns, or other reasons. In this video, we'll walk you through 10 countries that Americans can no longer visit in 2025, revealing the reasons behind these restrictions and what they mean for global travel. Stay tuned to the end because some of these may surprise you. Traveling the world has always been seen as a privilege, a way to experience different cultures, meet diverse people, and create unforgettable memories. Don't forget to hit the notification bell and subscribe before we get started so you don't miss any more thrilling material. We begin our list with North Korea, a nation notorious for its secrecy and isolation. Although Americans never frequently visited North Korea, in 2024 it formally closed its borders to U.S. nationals, citing ongoing nuclear tests, increased diplomatic tensions, and harsher sanctions from the U.S. government Pyongyang as the reasons. Cited worries about espionage and national security, adding to these worries the nation's shaky healthcare system, which struggles to control infectious illness epidemics and lacks access to modern medication. Officials fear that foreign tourists, particularly Americans, may spread new diseases, further taxing their meager resources for the few daring Americans who have been to North Korea before. Their experiences there were bizarre and strictly regulated, providing a unique window into one of the most enigmatic countries in the world. Societies, but as of 2025, the door is firmly closed, leaving potential tourists looking for other places to go. Have you thought about going to North Korea? Please share your thoughts in the comments section below. Number 9. Next up is Russia, a nation having a complex relationship with the United States and a rich cultural legacy. In 2024, growing allegations of cyberattacks, electoral meddling, and economic sabotage brought tensions between the two countries to a head. The tourism industry is now rushing to draw tourists from other parts of the world. For Americans with Russian heritage, the ban has been particularly painful, cutting off their ability to visit family and explore their cultural roots. As a result, many are now turning to virtual experiences and online tours to stay in Russia. In retaliation, Russia stopped issuing visas to Americans, effectively banning them from entering Moscow and St. Petersburg, once popular destinations for American tourists, which contributed millions to the local economy in 2023 alone. Only time will tell if their ties to their homeland will improve in the future. Iran. Prior to the ban, American tourists were a small but consistent presence in Iran's bazaars, museums, and historical sites, contributing to cultural exchange and mutual understanding. In 2019, Iran welcomed over 1 million visitors. However, diplomatic disputes over nuclear policies and sanctions led to an outright ban on American visitors in 2024. The Iranian government cited security concerns and potential espionage risks as reasons for the decision. Visitors from other countries, including Americans for those who had hoped to stroll the streets of Pepolis or Isfahan, that number has now fallen to zero, and their dream has been placed on indefinite pause. Cuba, a Caribbean island 90 miles from Florida, has a long-standing love-hate relationship with the U.S. During the Obama administration, relations briefly improved, and American tourists flocked to the island to take in the lively music, vintage cars, and colorful colonial streets, but in 2024, Cuba reinstituted its travel restriction for Americans, citing worries about U.S. policy and meddling in domestic matters. The Cuban government deemed it an essential measure to safeguard its independence. The prohibition has severely impacted Cuba's tourism sector, as evidenced by a 20% decrease in foreign visitors. Many Americans who had intended to travel to Havana or Varadero beaches were forced to look for other options. Did you ever have the opportunity to visit Cuba prior to the ban? If so, please share your experience below. Number 5. Libya, a country under turmoil that formerly had some of the most beautiful deserts in the world, ancient Roman ruins and landscapes. Libya has become synonymous with instability, strife, and peril since Muammar Gaddafi's overthrow in 2011. Rival factions have been battling for control of Libya for 10 years, resulting in a civil war that has shown no signs of ending. The Libyan government formally banned American travelers in 2024 as a gesture of resolution, citing concerns about foreign meddling in espionage and further destabilizing an already precarious situation that had been unstable for years. Due to continuous warfare, Libya's beautiful locations, like the magnificent old Roman city of Lepus Magna, are still mostly inaccessible. Cities like Tripoli and Benghazi are still split between rival militias, supported by several international powers. According to a recent report, armed groups control more than 70% of Libya's territory, making it one of the most dangerous destinations for foreign tourists. In addition to the security threats, the country's extreme poverty and collapsing economy have made it more difficult for former U.S. diplomats to return to Libya. Assist employees and business experts. This prohibition serves as a sobering reminder of the unsuccessful attempts to bring peace and prosperity to the area. Would you have thought about traveling to Libya? Please let us know in the fourth comment. Yemen is a beautiful and tragic country. Yemen, which was formerly renowned for its distinctive architecture, old mud brick cities, and gorgeous coastline along the Arabian Sea, is now regrettably a symbol of humanitarian disaster and war. Yemen is frequently described as a country with breathtaking landscapes and a rich history. Yemen is currently dealing with one of the worst humanitarian crises in the world, including starvation and the ongoing civil war. Citing worries about foreign intervention and national security, Yemen formally closed its borders to American tourists in 2024. The government blamed outside forces for intensifying the conflict, choosing more than 24 million Yemenis, or approximately 80% of the population, today need immediate humanitarian assistance due to isolation over diplomacy. Help. Widespread violence, a major food scarcity, and faltering healthcare systems have put the nation in danger of complete collapse. For those who once dreamed of traveling to Yemen's breathtaking landscapes, from the lush mountains of Ai to the otherworldly beauty of Katra Island, those dreams are now permanently postponed. Would you risk traveling to Yemen if the opportunity arose? Historic sites like the ancient city of Shobam, also known as the Manhattan of the desert, now lie in ruins, a heartbreaking reminder of what Yemen once was. Afghanistan, which comes in at number 3, is a closed chapter. For decades, Afghanistan has been a place of mystery and turmoil. Its rugged mountains, ancient cities, and rich cultural heritage have captivated travelers, but its history of conflict has kept many away. After the Taliban regained power in 2021, Afghanistan became more isolated, and in 2024, the Taliban government banned American travelers completely, citing concerns over sovereignty, espionage, and security risks. Before the ban, many Americans, especially journalists, aid workers, and veterans, traveled to Afghanistan in the hopes of seeing its transformation firsthand. Cities like Kabul, Herat, and Mazar-e Sharif were gradually recovering, but foreign influence is now viewed as a danger rather than a chance. The U.S. State Department had long advised travelers not to travel to Afghanistan because of the risk of terrorism, kidnappings, and instability. But now even those who wish to go back to re-establish relationships with friends and co-workers in Afghanistan are no longer able to do so. Do you think Afghanistan will ever be open to foreign visitors again? Let's talk about it in the second comment. A once thriving civilization in ruins is Syria. Syria, a nation with amazing landmarks and a rich and fascinating history, has one of the most tragic tales of the 21st century. Historical sites like Palmyra, the ancient city of Aleppo, and the Umayyad Mosque in Damascus. However, following over 10 years of a catastrophic civil war, The Syrian government formally prohibited American tourists in 2024, citing security concerns and fears of espionage, with numerous factions still fighting for control and a nation largely in ruins. According to reports, over 90% of people in Syria live below the poverty line, and many areas of the country are still inaccessible because of ongoing military operations and extremist activity, making it one of the most dangerous places in the world for those interested in the rich cultural and historical heritage of the country. Importance of the area: there are now safer options to visit the Middle East without the concerns, such as Jordan and Lebanon. Please let us know first if you had any plans to travel to Syria prior to the prohibition. Myanmar: from paradise to political unrest, Burma is at the top of our list. After the military coup in 2021, Myanmar, a once emerging tourist destination known for its golden pagodas, serene lakes, and breathtaking landscapes, has experienced ongoing political unrest and human rights abuses. The ruling Hun has further isolated the nation, and in 2024 they formally banned Americans, citing threats to national security and possible foreign influence. Interfering the temples of Bagan, the floating gem of Inal Lake, and the busy streets of Yangon, which once drew thousands of American tourists, are now eerily quiet, with tourism at an all-time low. The crackdown on protests and political decline has made Myanmar one of the most unstable countries in Southeast Asia, leaving many wondering when, if ever, the country will reopen to the world. Did Myanmar's ban on Americans surprise you? Share your thoughts with us. Please leave a comment below with which of these bans you think is the most unexpected or disappointing. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more Global Studio updates. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.